Hey guys, and welcome to Final Fantasy VII. I know it's kind of strange to do two Final Fantasy playthroughs at the same time, but I'm kind of testing which one makes for the more interesting game to watch initially. I'm gonna do all of them, like I said before, but I don't care which one I play first. Whichever one you guys want to see first. I'll do a test on Final Fantasy IX as well, because I have it installed currently, and we see where it goes. Let's get straight into Final Fantasy VII. Sorry for staying quiet during that, but I don't think anyone watching this had a nostalgia wants me blabbing during the opening AMV or CMV or whatever you want to call it. Man, I can't believe this was, well, published when I was 7. Ooh. Always remember the 2 potions, not that I really use them. Let's go! Yeah, it's been ages since I played it, and if you were a pleb like me, when I was a kid, I had to borrow this off my friend to actually play it, and halfway through the game he asked me for the game back because he wanted to play it. So it was tough times. I eventually got it on PC way back when we still had like CD copies of everything, and managed to play it and finish it. I think I had it on the PS3 as well, and I literally stopped playing just at the last cave. I think I was just at a stage where I didn't want to finish the game for some reason. I wanted to like leave it there and unfinished, not spoiled, not like over with and done with. Biggs. Well, this used to be in Soldier, huh? There's a little bit of a twist to that, but I'll keep it secret for now for those that don't know. But I think everyone knows by now. There's Cloud's 5-minute crush. Was in Soldier. And one thing I kind of regret, I never played Crisis Core. I never had access to it, and I can't seem to find it anymore. I wish I did, because I want to kind of see like what Zack's story was like. And I'll scour the internet for it someday and try to find it and play it on YouTube. Jesus, he's a bit of a tsundere, isn't he? Very asshole-ish. You'll warm up to Cloud. There's the reason why he's one of the favorite characters in Fantasy. I can kind of see why Guard doesn't trust him initially. And when a dude with a gun in his arm kind of like gives you directions and orders, you follow them. I think this was state of the art 1997. I can look at it and you're like, oh my god. I'm not much of a graphics person. I'm not too bothered. I like the game as is. I remember it this way, so no need for like fancy HD remake, even though that's technically easy enemies initially. No real point in training too much. I say that and I can't even take it out. But yeah. Looking forward to playing this. It takes an absolute age to do a 100% completion playthrough, which I might do, because there's a bunch of material you can get, and it takes a while to like level them up, and the different chocobo tutorials. Let's see what Wedge is up to. I don't know if anyone or everyone has ever considered we're going into a power station that's based on like really volatile Mako energy, and we're gonna blow it up. Has anyone ever like considered like not just disconnecting a pipe or some wires or something? So if you think about it, it's like the equivalent of blowing up a nuclear reactor in a sense, and I don't think any type of bad person would consider that a really good idea, you know? I think there's been dumber things in games with dumber things done. It's done for a good reason. The planet is actually dying. There's a really sad bit later on where you can actually hear the planet, and it doesn't sound good. No, it isn't. There's a lot of twists to that one. If you guys are watching this and there's any issues with it, especially if I go through the text too fast, just let me know. I try to do it slowly so you guys get a chance to read it. Let's see, there is Barret, probably one of the most useful characters in this game, at least for me. Let's see, battle speeds. Speed that up a bit, speed that up a bit, field message, speed that up a bit, camera angle, not too bothered, not too bothered. You guys can let me know if the sound is too much or too quiet. I couldn't actually hear the difference until I actually reviewed the video, which is kind of a pain. They have box standard equipment. I think he has some magic, ice evolved. I don't think Barret has anything. So let's get into it. What do they say? Can't imagine where they got all this information. Knowing how Shinra works is pretty sketchy, to say the best. Yeah, just for this code. I can imagine they lost quite a few friends doing this. Before you get too excited and run on, if you're ever playing this game, there's a Phoenix Down, I think. Yeah, which could save you. I mean, you want to avoid using it as much as possible, but let's rather have it not needed type of thing. Let's go down. So, what you could do if you really wanted to, in the sense of this game, this initial area is pretty easy. Yeah, not too much of a spoiler, but these Mako reactors like suck up Mako energy out of the planet, which is, how can I put the equivalent? It's basically like sucking the ocean dry, or sucking all like heat out of the mantle. You'd basically just kill the planet all. But the Mako energy is basically the life energy of the planet, and they're turning it into electricity. Needs of people for common sense, but I don't know why Cloud is initially like so uncaring, or if he just wants to seem the hard ass, but he is quite a strange character initially. I think I might have actually slowed it down instead of sped it up. Check the config. Excuse my noobness. I did! One game goes one way, the other game goes the other way. Typical Square Enix to experiment with the same thing in a different way every freaking game you play. What I was saying is, if you want to go back into the elevator, you just walk back exactly the same way. But yeah, this is quite a nice area to train in if you initially want to. It's not that necessary. There's plenty of other places to train, but it might help you against the upcoming boss. Quite interesting enemies initially, but nothing too out of the ordinary. Fire and Cloud do more or less the same amount of damage. One thing you can do, if you want to save you some damage, since Barret uses a gun, you can switch him to back row, and he'll still do the same amount of damage. If you're wondering, there's no items up back here, so only if you're training really. Go to the back there. It's kind of weird. You go into a reactor later on, and it's not as decrepit as this one. I don't know if it's just because they were probably built at different times. But yeah, it was a very strange choice of layout. Poor Jessie. You will need to save her later because she gets stuck in the worst way possible. Yeah, I think this is one of the faster starting Final Fantasies, which usually if you have played it before and you know what levels you need to be, you usually have to like grind a lot at the beginning. Though unlike, let's just do it on that one. Apparently I played this ages ago. Yeah, it gets very grindy like in Final Fantasy VIII that I'm also playing. You have to grind for magic quite a lot initially, and it makes it quite the slow start. All in the name of a good RPG. These guys look really trippy in their gimp suits. I can't call that anything else than that. The enemy design I think in this game was absolutely brilliant. Even though they had like low poly graphics and it was the first time like they had 3D rendering. It was quite cool to be honest. I have a varying amount of enemies in it. I feel like new games, they just like water it down. There's so much to have in this game. Potion! That will help me in a second. Pincer attack, just back attack. Oh no, 11 damage. Let's get straight into them. One down. That's 2 down. And I just got an Amazon delivery, and our cat is absolutely obsessed with boxes. So the first thing she's doing is sniffing it and chewing on the corner. So if you guys hear something in the background, my bad, but she is absolutely obsessed with it. God knows why. It's not even like if it's I sit type of thing. She just is obsessed with boxes. Restore materia, which is gonna save my butt quite often. I know this game is quite good, and obviously it's an RPG and you should avoid realism because stuff like this isn't real. I think it's quite irresponsible if you want to make a change, even though these things are sucking up the life energy of the planet, to blow it up where you could hurt innocent people. Maybe I'm just way too soft, but I think I'd feel pretty bad if I wanted to make a positive change, even if it takes some extreme actions. That is a bit much. So obviously, the boss is a robot, so Bolt is the best thing to use against him. It makes it pretty easy to know who's going to be attacked soon. It's a pretty straightforward battle. And shard's gonna get limit break. So let's just see his first big shard. Now the limit breaks are based on levels in a sense. You get level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. You get 2 for each bar level 4, which is only your like final limit break. And I think how it works is level is unlocked by amount of use, and the limit break itself is unlocked by how many enemies you kill, which is why it's quite difficult to get limit breaks for Aerith unlocked, because she doesn't really, or Aerith, I don't know who uses. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. You'll see why. Probably a good thing that it does happen. But you'll see what happens when he's uncountable. But yeah, it's difficult to get hers unlocked because she doesn't do much damage. She's usually in the back of the row. She doesn't do. That's actually quite useful. Let's just swap between the two. But yeah, so some of the characters, well, only actually Aerith is difficult because she does more of a healing role for me, really. Even her limit break is based on healing initially, so it's really difficult to unlock her other ones. Yeah, she doesn't last very long for many reasons. So that, but otherwise it's pretty easy to unlock them. You just have to use the characters, they'll eventually get all of them unlocked, and even if you don't, you can do it later on. Easy boss, though it is just basically an intro. Doesn't do much damage, that's about 10% of my health. Shock you fucker. Yeah. A lot of people go on about this is the best Final Fantasy out of all of them, and obviously popular opinion is holding because they're doing a major remake for it that we still don't know when it's gonna happen. Let's just quickly do this. New gun on him, so he does a bit more damage on my way out. But I think, like most Final Fantasies, it's difficult to say which one's the best. Popular opinion, like I said, is that this one's the best, and it is really good. I'll say the systems definitely are better than Final Fantasy VIII. I think they kind of like made a bit of an issue there. The living system and the magic system is not my favorite, even though it's very Final Fantasy because it's one of, I think, first I'm biased. Story-wise, this one's pretty good. There's quite a few good plot twists and story bits, and the Golden Saucer is absolutely amazing, and I do feel like a lot of Final Fantasies miss out on like mini games. But in retrospect, if it's not the best, it's probably one of the best Final Fantasies ever. I mean, there's so much in the game. It's unlockable. The weapons are good. The magic system is good. I've always loved the materia system. So there's not much to like count against it. I guess people could say the aging graphics, but I mean this was made in 1997. People are still playing it practically 22 years later, so you can only complain about graphics so much, but it's a brilliant game nonetheless. I would recommend playing it. Just help her quickly. How she got her leg stuck and not be able to get it out of a piece of grid plate is kinda strange, but you know. At least I help her. I think the first time I've ever played this I forgot her inside. I had to run back. I think I actually, I got game over because of, that's the one thing, the camera catches me out every now and then. I don't wait for it to properly load and see where I need to go, I just run for it, and then you end up doing the same thing 2 or 3 times in a row. As with the Fire Cavern and Final Fantasy VIII, you get plenty time to escape here. There's no real reason why you wouldn't be able to escape it. I think it takes about 3-4 minutes. Depending on how good you are. I'm pretty mediocre, but there's no real challenge to this first bit bar introducing the game. I will be doing walkthroughs of all the difficult side quests and side bosses, because all the weapons are really difficult. Getting all the materials is really difficult. Some of them you can miss, the big materials, huge materials, I can't remember exactly what they're called. The one in the rocket ship you can miss. Yeah, there's quite a few cool but difficult side quests, and I've done them quite a few times, so I'll like do a walkthrough on them if anyone needs help on how to do them. There's been plenty of walkthroughs, but I always do things a little bit different. It always annoys me a bit that everyone's like, you have to do it this way. There's more than one way to do things, and I've like done it with plenty of characters, plenty of summons, so I might even do a run through of like how you could do it with all the different characters if I really want to be boring, but I'll let you guys decide. This people is how you get your back and ass hairs trimmed. Flash fire. And everyone's net and TVs go, so everyone's pissed off. That would be a pretty good way to piss people off nowadays. Just cut their electricity and their internet off. You basically cut off 90% of their lives. Wow, that's a bloody long activation code. I've done that to my arm once before, and I don't think you just like barrel roll out of that. Yeah, that's more my face. That's about where I was in life. Scrounchy fucker, isn't he? Cloud really does save him later on in the game. I don't know. Obviously for you that do know, and especially for those of you that don't know, he may seem normal, but Cloud's been messed with quite a lot. Very important bit in the game, so I'm gonna stop talking about that. It's Eris, so oh wait, I was gonna buy a flower. Well, that's how you botch it 101. Usually you can buy a flower from, it helps with the approval rate, if you want to call it that. So I've messed that up pretty badly, but there's still many ways of recovering it. I always go for Tifa in any case, so yeah. As much as the game like kind of forces you to go there, I kind of like Tifa more as a character. There's much more history there. No, Eris has a very special role to play in the game overall, but it's kind of weird just to force that whole like topic of main heroine. This guy's good at dodging bullets though. I am just fighting all of them for the sake of experience. I mean, there's not real like much chance of them actually like killing me. But it's just fun. I mean, it's free experience in a sense. Sounds horrible though, because I'm killing people, but they didn't attack me first. Too late, couldn't decide. Such an indecisive person. Especially when it comes to commentary. Like, before I start a playthrough, there's like a million things I want to say, and then it gets hit, like I decide to say something completely different, and then it just turns out this really like botched mess. Come on, dude, you've shot me like 5 more times and I'm still not dead. That's pretty bad. Let's see. Oh, you don't even make a dent in my limit break bar. That's pretty bad. Always given it to Cloud to spin that sword that way, especially how heavy it is, and not like give himself a very violent haircut, if I can put it like that. I literally like chopped my head into like different slices of onion. It looked like a biology display. Way to make it exit, eh? If it was me, I'd just like barrel roll comedic style and fall off the train, and then get arrested and then probably killed. Yeah, that happens and no one's like bothered by it. That's pretty much my normal response. I'm not a clairvoyant, you have to tell me. Bad question, Wedge. Bad question. He might get like slapped in the face or shot in a second. Come on, Cloud wants to come in. See, the door opens and no one's like, oh my god. Yeah, that's gonna come straight out of your pay. It's kind of weird that they censored the language, but I guess it was aimed at kids back then. But he's like the only person that curses in the game, and they've like gone ahead and done that. How these guys jump as well is so super comedic. It's like whole acrobatic style. Jesse's mouth though is extremely suggestive. I don't know why they did that. I swear in the PlayStation version I played, her mouth was closed. But why she has like a continuously open circle mouth is just... it's so wrong on so many levels. Not just for adult reasons. You know, everyone likes you when they just like empty the car immediately. This game has a magnificent way of, like, really nice way of building such a sad world where it's actually impactful. It doesn't make you depressed in a sense, but it like really like hits home. The music is absolutely gorgeous in like setting the scene in this game. I think that's one thing I can still set at work nowadays and just put the soundtracks on in the background. And I almost forget to work sometimes, which is not a good thing, but I still do my job. But whoever wrote the music for all of these series, they're absolutely brilliant. Bar also being extremely nostalgic. Yeah, so you would be the old geek and basically today's popular kid. Oh, that actually hits me now. I mean, if that screen's that big and that's a 1 to 10,000 scale, that police must be absolutely massive. What's that? 170 feet above ground? It's quite impressive that they built it. Man, this game's a lot like Fantasy VII as well. You start off, and when you haven't played the game before, you think you get introduced to a lot, and then the end game comes and you're just like, I never ever saw that coming. Like, you wouldn't believe what happened. happens. And I think it's not like it jumps out and you just think that's not like possible whatsoever. It's just like, I can't believe that's actually the case. Like, I knew something was off, but that's just amazing. I'm just gonna be the flirty asshole. I can't imagine just living somewhere where there's permanently just artificial light. I think it would like really depress you after a while. Also quite funny how he... Wait for it. Yeah, he calls it a fucking pizza. Probably the least tasty pizza ever. You know when you're making A-class commentary for a game. Yeah, but that's like asking, why doesn't everyone move to the city? Because one, it's bloody expensive and a lot of people don't want to live there because it's shit. Just for those that don't know, I hate city life. I can't be bothered with how busy it is or how crowded it is or so many things are. My father-in-law likes to call people in cities lemon suckers, and no offense to anyone that lives in a city and is quite a happy person. It's just you get the majority of people that are so like grouchy. I went to London and I actually like greeted someone that passed me and he literally pulled a face like I imagine the type of face you would pull if you stepped on a snail without shoes on. Like, I can walk here and like greet people and they're completely like happy, like how are you doing and all that, but you go to cities and the people are, I don't know, I guess everyone's stressed or something, but it just doesn't seem nice there. Don't miss working in the city either. As sad as this game is, I still wish, like every time I play Final Fantasy, I wish this could be my life. I think it would be a lot more fulfilled if it was. It just feels like you do something. Let's go, let's go. We have shit to blow up. Where is he? Mr. Excuse me, what are you doing against that fence? I don't think I came to see the same thing you came to see. I mean, just imagine, you know, we've built some large-scale things as the human race. I mean, the Hadron Collider is just something that's off the charts. I think, what's it, 27 miles in diameter or something like that? Just imagine the like engineering that went into this place. Even though it's just a game, it must be astonishing. As depressing as it is and how much it like causes people issues. Anyways, I'm gonna call the intro here today. I've been recording for a nice 32 minutes. And we'll see how it goes, and I'll continue it soon enough. And we'll do the whole introduction with Tifa and Avalanche and all that in the next mission, next episode. But if you've enjoyed this, leave a comment. If you want to suggest anything or commentary-wise or anything, I don't mind what it is. Also leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, hope you enjoy. See you next time.